Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my Crackhead update, and my last two videos, I've been speaking on this lady who was caught by the security out in the parking lot naked, smoking crack, hiding behind a tree. Well, lately she's been coming down to my apartment. I only allow her in when my old lady was here. So she texts my old lady and she give her the green light so she can come on down. And I don't know what she gaining out of talking to me, but I really just be holding a conversation with her. My main point I be trying to show her is you can't let peer pressure get you down. And she shouldn't have no peer pressure. She's socializing with some broke women. They ain't got nothing going for them. Working dead-end jobs. She got a career. And I try to show her only reason they socializing with you really because you got money. You got something to lose. You got a husband. You've been married 10 years. And y'all seem to get along good. Got a good relationship. So you don't need them for anything. You know, you got to change your environment in order for you to change. You can't socialize with drug addicts. You know, if you have peer pressure, eventually they're going to get you doing the same thing that they're doing. But she claimed she getting some insight on her life by talking to me. You know, I don't know how she's doing it, but I just hold a regular conversation with her. And on my boy Lion Willie, he got him a 19-year-old. She done moved in with him. The only thing is she young and she real pretty. Her philosophy on life is she looking for a man to take care of her. She ain't talking about getting a job. She done graduated high school and she moved in Lion Willie's townhouse. And he enjoying every minute of it. That's my Crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out and let's ride. Last night, Tim Snow over at Texas Prison Stories, he did a live, and some people in the comment section was requesting information on the castle doctrine, the stand your ground law in Texas, and it should apply to prison inmates. In the state of Texas, the castle doctrine do not apply in a penal institution. That opened up a whole can of worms in a prison. You'd have everybody saying they had to stand their ground. That's why they killed this guy. That's why they stabbed him up bad. Now, it is ways that you can beat an assault in a Texas prison. It is case law where appeal court judges that overturn inmates' conviction for assault and murder of another inmate. But in those situations, it was guards who witnessed the whole attack. In one situation at Darrington, 3 guys attacked this one guy in the day room, and some kind of way he wrestled one of them down, and he ended up with a knife. So he killed one of them and stabbed up the other 2, even though he got stabbed. Now they convicted him and gave him a 75-year sentence for murder and 2 aggravated assaults with a deadly weapon. The Texas Court of Criminal Appeals overturned his conviction. They said this man does not have to stand there and let inmates kill him while he's waiting on guards to break it up. Also, Texas guards has a policy. If they see an inmate with the weapon, one guard is not allowed to unlock that day room door and come inside and try to break the fight up. He got to wait till backup get there, or especially got to wait till the supervisor get there. So these guys, this one guy in particular, he had 3 guards witness the whole incident, and he got his case got all the time dismissed, and they released him from administrative segregation. And now they got cameras in all the maximum security prison, they got cameras in the day room. It's a blind spot right underneath the TV. The cameras can't see that area, but it's a small area. But if a fight is going on in the day room, it's going to spread past that blind spot. So they will be able to see it on camera, see what happened. Now, it's ways you can beat a murder case in a Texas prison, but I'm not going to discuss it on this video. They'll say I'm promoting violence in a prison or whatever. I'm not going to discuss that. It is ways you can beat it. But it helps you if you have an officer witness the whole incident. Now, in most situations, in most circumstances, you don't have time to make a plan. If you're attacked in the dining room, you got to go for the gusto or you'll be killed. You can't sit there and wait on a plan, and you can't wait on the guards. Because a lot of times when they run up and see a knife, they're going to stop and run back and wait on backup and get riot batons, get gas. Then they'll come back. In the meantime, you getting killed. So you got to learn how to take care of your own business. The main thing you got to learn how to do is avoid those situations. You know, out here on the outside is way more dangerous than inside of a maximum security prison. It's way more dangerous out here. I walk around in a prison, go to sleep, whatever. I don't even worry about it. Out here, not the case, not necessarily. Anything can happen. You can be attacked at any time. Some guy can rob you, especially in inner city neighborhoods. You stop at a 7-Eleven, look like you got some money. These guys want to carjack you. You know, anything can happen. Once I was standing by the chow hall, waiting on the count to clear, so I can go to run to my housing area real fast and get something out of the cell, then go back to work. I had this guy was standing there. He come out of the education department, and he wanted to talk to the warden. The warden told him, say, get your ass out of my face. Go tell your gang homeboys to help you. I heard exactly what the warden said to him. He said, that's how you gonna be? He said, that's how I'm gonna be. Get out of my face, man. He said, I don't help nobody like you. Tell your gang homeboys to help you. Since you want to be in a gang, well, tell them to help you. I'm not gonna help you. So later that night, I came in from work, and I took a shower, smoked me a cigarette in the shower. I came back out. Even though I could have got him to open my cell and allow me to go in the cell, I just was hanging out, talking to the fellows in the day room. And here this fool is standing here by the window. That's my favorite spot in the day room, is stand by the window. And I asked him, I said, hey man, you a Crip, right? He said, yeah, man, I'm a Playboy Crip, man. I'm an OG. I said, yeah, man. I said, yeah, I heard a lot about the Crips. I said, I ain't never heard about the Playboy Crips. He said, yeah, I'm a Playboy. I'm the only one at the prison is me. He said, I'm the OG. And he said, man, I put in a lot of work, man. That's all I was doing on the outside is calling in hits. That's why they got me here, man. I done killed 3 or 4 people, man. I did all kind of drive-bys. He said, one day, man, I just put in hits all over Dallas. He said, I'd get a call from North Dallas, I'd put a hit on them. If we go to East Dallas, I put a hit on them. I said, yeah, man, you's a bad dude in Dallas. He said, yeah, man, we Playboy Crips, man, we don't take no shit at all, man. I said, man, you the dude I seen the warden checking yesterday, earlier today. I said, you don't remember seeing me? I said, I was standing right there by the riot gate. When y'all come out of the schoolhouse, I said, I was standing right there. He said, yeah, I remember you. Yeah, you the guy who worked in one building. You the guy who work up there with the warden. I said, yep, that's where I work at. He said, yeah, man, that warden, man, he ain't right, man. You gonna make me put a hit on him. I said, yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about. I said, say, man, the way that warden talked to you, I know for a fact, when they call chow tomorrow, I said, he'll be standing there by the dining room, that you gonna walk over and slap that warden. He said, slap who? Who? I said, slap the warden. You should say, man, you old dudes try to get all us young dudes in trouble, man. That's all you old dudes do, trying to sit around and agitate and get us in trouble, man. See, y'all scared to do all that kind of stuff, and y'all want us to do it. I said, but you just told me you was a gangster. See, man, ain't nobody gonna slap no warden. I say, why? I said, I know some dudes who ain't no gangster who will slap the warden. Man, I'm not gonna do nothing like that, man. Not me. Man, they gonna get me in trouble. I say, but you say that's all you was about is trouble. Another fake ass gang member. In another situation, at the Pulaski unit, had this young guy, he was 18 years old. First time in prison, they gave him a 5-year sentence. And one guy was giving this guy a hard time. He a young guy, man. He want to smoke cigarettes and smoke weed, smoke K2, but he ain't got no money. But little did this guy know that his dad was at that unit. Now this man ain't never seen his son. Never seen him. Seen pictures of him, but he never talked to his son or got a visit from him or a letter from him. Somebody on the outside contacted him and told him, hey, your son is at the prison with you. Now his son is on B side, the dad is on A side. So some kind of way word got to him, hey, your son is over here on J part. And the guy over there is giving him a hard time. He be boxing with him, he hit the youngster all in the mouth. The old youngster, he get out there and try. He didn't have nothing, he acted real timid like. So they gonna take advantage of him. This is a hell of a gang part that I live on. Now these youngsters here is wild as hell. You know, this was an older guy, even though he was a gang member. And we sitting there one Saturday, man, I just want to hang out. I had went to work and came in. I wanted to watch college football. I had made a couple bets, got on a couple parlays and boards. And we all watching football game. I look up at the door. I see 6 guys coming in. They from the other side of the prison. In Texas prison, that's known as falling out of place. If you go in another housing area. And this guy done came all the way from the other side of the prison and brought 5 more of his buddies with him. Now the female guard who working the control picket, she down. They already told her on the other side of the picket through the speaker, hey, this guy, my son is in this part, and these guys giving him a hard time, and I'm going to go in here and rectify the situation. So the scratchy witch, when she unlocked the door, she sits down in the picket, turn in the other direction, and start doing paperwork. That way, no one can say that the officer witnessed this inmate being assaulted. She didn't see nothing. She got her back turned doing paperwork. They came on in the day room. Most guys at this prison, when you see guys from another cell block, you know it's finna be trouble. Because they fight all the time at Pulaski. When you see guys coming like that, you finna have some problems. So, this guy, he don't know what's going on. He's standing back there just talking. So the dude, dude point his son out. He hugged him and everything, tell him, hey man, I'm your dad. I heard you got some problems over here. We're going to come over here and look at these fools. So they called the fool out who was giving him a hard time. Man, they stomped this guy so bad, man. Man, they stomped him. Kicked this fool teeth out, broke his arm. Man, he was hurt bad. Well, anyway, after the incident was over with, he gave a little speech. Hey, man, this is my son here, man. Until I can get him moved over to the other side of the prison, anybody who have a problem out of my son, you're going to have a problem out of me. This is just an example of what's going to happen to you. So they went and got on the button, told the guard it's over with. So she unlocked the electric door. They leave out and go on back to the other side of the prison. This incident happened before they put the cameras in. And this guy just laid out on the floor in the day room. And it's called count time. And dude trying to put him up against the wall, but his blood all over the place. So when they coming in the camp, guards see all the blood on the floor, see this guy all beat up. He get on the walkie-talkie and say, hey, I done had a fight down here on J-Part. Got a guy hurt real bad. So they call the gang officers. They line everybody up in the day room looking at your fists, see who got abrasions on their hand. They can't figure out what happened, so they take him to the hospital. And he had to go to the outside hospital in the ambulance. When they brought him back, 3 or 4 days later, they put him in lockup. Now in Texas prison, they got what they call life endangerment. A lot of guys file life endangerment. Either they owe a lot of money, a gang member is on their roll, or he's an ex-gang member, he trying to catch out. They got what they call life endangerment. When you file this, they place you in lockup and they investigate it. You got to go in front of the classification committee and all that, and they debate whether they're going to transfer you to another prison or move you to another housing area and leave you at the same prison. Now, in order for the life endangerment claim to be effective, you actually got to snitch on the guys who giving you the hard time, or the guy who done assaulted you. They want to know the name, the date, when this incident happened. They're going to call that guy out and talk to him. But in this guy's situation, he beat up so bad till they said, well, we better move him to another prison. So they transferred him, and that was the end of the problem. Eventually, the guy pulled some strings and got his son moved to the other side of the prison on the same part that he lived on. Now, they go to show you, you got to watch who you mess with in a prison. That's why at a prison where it's older guys, none of those guys are going to bother you. They're going to sit back, see who you know, what gang you're a member of, how you carry yourself before they bring you any type of prison game. Because you never know, this guy might have a cousin, a homeboy that he knows from the outside. They got a little power at the prison. And when he meet up with his homeboy and tell him, hey man, these guys over here cause me problems, and they come over there and skin you up, and you got problems. So you got to watch who you deal with. Got to watch who you try to mess over. You know, you gotta check this guy's background up. Just can't run up on anybody, because looks are deceptive. Some of the most violent dudes in prison, they don't look violent, but they are violent. Go over there and get in a confrontation with him, and then you'll get to see what he's made out of. And they don't even look tough at all. I bring up a guy named Little Red. Little Red looked like a young Hispanic, but he's black. Got good hair. He looked just like he's 100% Hispanic. And he's a small dude. He's about 5'4". He's a little bitty dude. Weigh about 120 pounds. Go over there and mess with Little Red and see how that's going to work for you. Just see how that's going to work. He just be standing back in the day room looking. The look he got on his face is, I wish you would. He got the look right on his face. All you got to do is go over there and mess with him. This guy do not care. He already got life. He got 60 more added on for killing another guy. 20 more for stabbing one. He do not care if the sun come up. And you want some problem, you go mess with this little guy, and he gonna probably kill you. If you over there bullshitting, you gonna end up losing your life. All right, enough ranting raving. It's cold outside. Dallas is helping the homeless out. They open up the public library, Dallas Convention Center, the K. Bailey Hutchins Convention Center, and try to get all the homeless off the streets. And the churches, they line homeless to sleep inside the church. It's a catch-22 to that. They make these people leave at 5 in the morning. Ain't no, what you gonna do at 5 in the morning? Well, the trains and the buses running, but if you ain't got no money, you still back out in the elements. Now, K. Bailey Hutchinson at the convention center, they allow them to stay there all day. I think they got to leave out at a certain time where they can clean up and disinfect the place due to the pandemic. But they trying to help the homeless all they can. I sympathize with the one who's homeless, not by choice. You got a lot of homeless people got mental illness. You got a lot of them who are homeless because they just simply don't want the responsibility. I see some young people that's homeless. They can easily find a job somewhere and work. They don't want to do anything. Those people, I don't have no sympathy and no empathy for them at all because they doing it to themselves. I only feel sorry for the people who are homeless who actually lost their job, lost their house, or some elderly person who suffered a mental illness and he just can't handle the regimented lifestyle. You paying bills, he just can't handle it. So he's still on the streets. You know, the weather's going to change up here. Right now, it's not cold compared to other parts of the United States, but it's cold for Dallas. When it's 30, 35, 40 degrees, that's cold in Dallas. We used to be in nice and sunny here, 65, 70 degrees all the time. We used to that. Y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out. Stay ready. We might have to move on these fools. They talking about it. They just don't want to be about it. Y'all like and subscribe. And have a good day.